Hello, everyone. I just wanted to come on and excuse my face. I didn't wake up too long ago. Excuse the puffy face. And yesterday was a very long day, but I just wanted to, I love it when I have these thoughts, whether you want to call them thoughts. I like to call them downloads because I really do believe that um, many of us have downloads. It's a very common thing. Whether you want to call it a download, whether you want to call it a um, just your own mind putting together, compiling information, and it finally clicks for you. But I was just sitting there thinking and lying in bed this morning, and I was like, ah, this saying when people are like, um, the saying, everyone has a price. And I'm just slowly thinking about people, or how basically, you're looking at whether it's the Epstein files, whether you're looking at, um, people coming forth with their truth about um, um, the abuse that they've suffered, um, people breaking ties with abusive family members, mothers, fathers, siblings, just cutting ties and taking care of themselves physically, mentally. And I call it kind of like, and others have said this too, like the walls are falling down. I've known about how dark the world has been probably since I was a teenager, and I'm old. um, I've known about this since I was a teenager, about how dark people can be. Um, from a spiritual standpoint, I do not believe that this earth is a good place. I call it literally call it one of the hell realms. I do not think that this earth is a good place. Um, and the many people on this earth are dark. And as we are slowly seeing, that many of us have seen for decades now, see how dark and horrible people can be. And when you hear about these things, and I've had so many conversations with people over the years, in person, in real life, and online. And, there's always a group of people who insist that everyone can be bought. Everyone has a price. And when you tell them that no, everyone can't be bought and everyone does not have a price, I do not have a price, some people are insisting no, everyone has a price. I remember I was listening to a TikTok live, and one of I can't remember whose TikTok live it was, and this man was coming up with the whole thing of everyone has a price. And the host or one of her panelists said, okay, if everyone has a price, what is the price going to be for you to harm a child? And you know what I mean, harm a child. What's the price? And he hesitated. And we're all like waiting, listening. This man's really hesitating. And then the host switched it around and they said, okay, what if it was your child? The child that you have now? Oh no, well, kind of hesitated a bit. Well, no, we can't do that. Oh no, no, no. And I'm stunned. The host is stunned. The other panelists are stunned. Because what do you mean? Why were you hesitating with the first scenario before we changed it to your child? Your first thought should have been, first of all, how dare you even say that I would do that to a child? And secondly, there is no price because that's harming a child. The fact that they would hesitate, the fact that they would hesitate. Oh, maybe there is a cost to harm a child. Are you crazy? That's the type of people. Because they have to think about a cost to harm a child in the worst way outside of unaliving, to harm a child. They were thinking about an actual price. When so many of us would be like, are you, first of all, how dare you ask me that question? And absolutely not. I would never do that to a child. You don't hurt people I'm like this, like the veil is falling, the walls are falling down, systems are falling, and the world is in chaos. The world is in chaos. And this thing of constantly over the years, because we've heard this saying for years that everyone has a price. And I promise you, everyone does not have a price. Don't let people try and convince you there is no price on hurting human beings, on letting other human beings hurt people you love. There is no price. But we know what happens because we know that people sell their children, sell themselves for money all of the time. And I'm going to go back and keep saying it. These people are selling themselves for things that they cannot take. You cannot take land. You cannot take money. You cannot take a company. You cannot take your name. When you die, you take nothing. There's so much more I want to say. There's so much more I want to say. I need to get back and find a way to get the energy to do my podcast again because there's so much to say. I just had that thought this morning. Okay.